Our first chance to hunt this year was in October. My brother and myself went down to Maryland to hunt with Avery Pro staff, Jeff Coates, Pitboss Waterfowl. He invited us down to do some Seaduck hunting with him on the Chesapeake.
And we hunted a couple different spots, you know, depending on what species we were hunting. We went down and did some old squaw hunting, we did some Scoter hunting, we did some brant hunting. And it's just a completely different world down there from up here. It's just a huge bay and there's birds everywhere.
I've been down there, you know, a bunch of times, never waterfowl hunting, believe it or not. I used to go down dove hunting all the time. And it's just different. It's a bigger area. The Chesapeake Bay is huge, you know, compared to our little Narragansett Bay, which would be the equivalent.
You know, it's a different type of hunt. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's nice and shallow water, sandy bottom. You know, so there's a lot of old squaw around. There's a lot of food for them. And I mean, pretty much everywhere you go, you just see thousands of birds. It was a pretty good time.
It's just a beautiful day on the Chesapeake Bay. There's a crabber over there.
Jeff and I became friendly over the past year. You know, just from online, we kind of met. We both got involved with Avery over the past year. You know, separately but together. So we decided we were going to go hunt with him and vice versa. He came up and hunted with me. You know, just to see the difference. You know, he runs his guide operation. I was starting mine up.
Hang on, now it's going to get wet. It's going to get wet.
So I was getting some, you know, tips from him and stuff like that, and he was talking to me because, you know, just sharing information and stuff like that. So it was a good time.
There's Bluebill.
Jeff is a character. He's funny. He's a man about town. He's been around for a while. He's been guiding since 1999, and he's a carver, and he's big into dog training. He definitely doesn't mess around. He means what he says, you know. His slogan there, ducks, dogs, and decoys, that's pretty much his life. I've seen it firsthand. He's into what he does, that's for sure. He's hardcore. He hunts 90 days a year, and when he's not hunting, he's training dogs, and when he's not training dogs, he's carving decoys. And so he's a good guy. He's a nice guy to know, and has a lot of knowledge. It was definitely worth the trip. You know, I'm glad we met up and got to, you know, hunt with each other a couple times.
Let him get in, guys.
Right on the backside.
Okay. Chesapeake Bay surf. Hey, check out his bill. Just missing just a tad bit of it.
The first day was all but a bust, if I recall. We only got a couple birds. It was all right, it was fun.
Yeah, my gloves are still wet from yesterday.
I found my gloves in the same spot I dropped them after last year's duck season, sitting there. Oh, there they are.
You know, it was me, my brother Jeff, and two of Jeff's buddies, Ramsey and Hank.
Oh, Coot down.
Hank Draper and Ramsey Schrader. So they hunted. It was all right, it was fun. It was pretty windy.
It's on tap.
What's on tap, I think we go to Captain Mark.
Captain Mark.
That's my favorite windy spot.
Your favorite windy spot?
What do I go out in? It really kind of depends on who I have and what they feel comfortable with. I'm not going to take somebody out in something that's unsafe, but at the same time, I mean, there's days that, you know, I don't mind getting a little bit wet. I always anchor from the stern.
It was windy. Yeah. I was like, we even walked up around the corner. I said, look, man, it's pretty windy out there. Yeah, man, what's going on? Okay.
It was real windy. The second day, it was windy both days. You could see in the footage when we go out. I mean, it was cranking. We definitely did a lot better the second day. It was, you know, just, it's so early in the year. It was October, so he even said it's kind of hit or miss. You know, they usually start to show up, but if you get that warm weather for lingering, you know, but then like one day the next in the same exact spot was like night and day, so, you know, you're definitely catching the birds as they first show up. I got the same amount of water on my lenses yesterday, actually more.
It just adds to the effect.
Pitboss waterfowl, I'd like to think of as, you know, in existence since 1999. It takes a little, just because you say you're a guide, it doesn't necessarily mean there's people knocking on your door or calling your phone up to go. So it takes you a little while to get some exposure and to get a client base built. I'm a full-time guide here on the Chesapeake Bay. I'm a U.S. Coast Guard licensed captain, Maryland Master Guide. Season for me, Seaducks opens October 2nd and runs to the end of January. October 2nd is a little early to go out. Typically by the end of October there'll be enough Scoters on the bay. And then I go 6 days a week. We don't hunt Sundays here in Maryland, so 6 days a week from October through the end of January.
Never been out here, so it was definitely a cool experience.
Schmeezo!